Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie, for those who don't know me, reviewing Love is Blind UK Season 2, Episode 6. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. I have a question to ask you guys. I will check the comments. I'm busy this weekend, so should I try to put the last two episodes together so I could just get them out of the way? Or do you like them single and they'll just have to come late? Y'all let me know down below. But picking up where we left off, we have Ashley and Billy meeting with her father. Talk about a pump fake. The man was so happy. Well, there was a little bit of skepticism, but he supports their decision. He gives his blessing. There was even a moment where he called her a donut for crying after she asked him to walk her down the aisle. And then, she got emotional. He got emotional. Yeah, it was cute. It was nice. So later, Ashley and Billy go on a date and they talk about sharing household responsibilities.
Naturally, you just assume that you'll do the cooking, cleaning. I'm very much like, this is 50-50. I actually like drying dishes. I would have done that in 5 minutes instead of doing it right away.
That's who I am. I'm a regimented
but
guy.
I also feel guilty.
Routine to me is just how I go about my day and how I do stuff.
I'm just like Ashley, honestly. And it's funny too because, I can't say too much just because things aren't solidified. But basically, my family is looking for me to become more traditional. If you can read between the lines and you know why that is. And honestly, when it comes to being a traditional Zimbabwean girl, I'm not her. I'm not her, okay? My man loves to do the cleaning and the cooking and the ironing and the laundry and I can't be bothered. But the thing is, I will do it, just not right now. Whereas somebody like Billy, he wants it done on a schedule. He has a routine. He's very regimented. And Ashley's like, yeah, that's going to take me some time to get used to. He says it's okay for him to just go off, do his own thing. Like, don't bother me. Let me just get things done in my routine. Obviously, because he is from the military. And she is like, well, I think it's going to be a little bit hard navigating somebody who is so strict with their schedule. Now, I thought it wasn't that bad. Like, okay, let him just do his own thing, whatever. Until later on in the episode, when they're going grocery shopping, I was like, okay, Billy, you doing a little bit too much. Kieran plans a date for himself and Megan. And it was really cute. He had flowers and everything. So cute. So she was like, yeah, I think I found everything that I wanted. Like, you're the perfect person for me. I was like, baby girl, if this sentence does not end in I love you, I'm going to lose my mind. But she did say it, and he's so happy. He said it back. Later on, they do go to his apartment, which honestly, it did kind of give teenage boy, but because he is in the gaming industry, it makes sense. Also, there's order. It doesn't give incel in his mama's basement at all. It just gives nerd. And it's totally fine. I thought it was nice. They then meet up with his friends who are trying to be optimistic, but they have some questions.
That's the longest I've been without seeing you boys ever. If they didn't give me the backing to do this, I'm not sure I could go through with it.
I'm a dancer.
You both going to marry someone that you've known for 4 weeks?
Are we just seeing, only the good bits? Potentially.
It's the other 4 weeks. Why would you get married at this point?
All I can say is just haven't found anything that I'm concerned about.
It's quite easy to keep your representative at the forefront when it's only been a few weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get the sentiment that he's saying. You're hoping that people are going to be genuine. If they are genuine, then really you're just building off of that solid foundation that you already have in place, right? I was like, I hope that he's still keeping it in his mind that he should still be vigilant even after they get married, if they do get married, because that representative, it's not gonna last forever. The mask is gonna start to slip as time goes on. Like, keep paying attention, even after you cross the threshold of marriage. I was reading something from Lauren Speed Hamilton from Love is Blind, the first season. And she was saying that it's really hard being a couple coming off of these shows because the audience puts so much pressure on you. And in reality, you're still getting to know each other. Yes, she did get married to Cameron, but their dating period really started after the fact. You know what I'm saying? And sure enough, the more time they spent with each other, the more sure they were about the decision that they made. But those first few weeks, you are still a representative. And of course, it's going to look like there are no red flags because you're supposed to make it seem like there are no red flags, The hope is that they're both being genuine. I really like Megan and Kieran together. I still got a little bit of a side eye on Kieran. just a little bit, but I really like them. I think they're a good couple. I'm not sure if it was his best friend that he was talking to, but one of his friends did say that it would likely take him a few years to be on, not to be on board per se, but to be assured in the decision for Kieran to get married, right? He will back his friend no matter what. So if you get married, I support you. But do I think it's a decision that I can fully, agree with? Not necessarily. Only time will prove that. I think that makes sense. I do like that Kieran is still being idealistic, honestly. It is good to not have seen anything of concern. And if you do see things of concern, you call it out. And I think that he has been calling things out, like the whole I love you thing. If I don't see it in a certain amount of time, that's going to be a problem for me. Yeah, I think it's good. Jed and Barta talk on the roles in their relationship again, and she sheds more light on why she doesn't want to rely on a man.
The women are very much, you cook, you clean, kept in bubble wrap. I don't want that life. That's why I'm like this. That's why I'm so independent. I'm here because I want you. Yeah. I don't technically need you.
Like I said in the previous video, it makes complete sense, especially when you factor in the life that she's had to live, having to grow up so quickly, having to fend for herself for so long. It's natural for somebody like that to be hyper independent. She also does say that the culture she's from kind of puts women in bubble wrap, and she does not want that for herself whatsoever. It doesn't seem like the story about her mom was related, but it felt related to me. Her mom was diagnosed with cancer, which really took a toll on her, on both of them. But after, she was in the clear, she felt like that was a big weight that was taken off of her shoulders, right? The way that it seems related to me is that you've gone through what you went through, leaving a war-torn country, having to survive in a new country, like having to show up for your parents as young as you were. And then now it looks as if the clock is running out, right? So that's yet another reason why she has to depend on herself, because truly nothing in this life is guaranteed. You can only do what is in your power to do. Some other things you have no say, right? Her mom getting sick, she has no say. Her parents potentially passing, she has no say. I think that's another compounding factor that just makes her not want to fully relinquish control to somebody else. I don't think that she should. I don't know if that was misconstrued in the last video. I don't think that she should relinquish all control. It is absolutely fine for her to still want to be at the driver's seat sometimes. I think that they would just need to learn how to share that responsibility. It's nice to see her get vulnerable with Jed, because I think that that is adding to that trust that they're building with each other. She herself said she loves being able to tap into that soft side of herself. Once you're able to be, softer, it's easier to let somebody take the reign, because you don't have to keep up that front. You don't have to consistently guard yourself, protect yourself from all the elements, all the people, you know what I'm saying? So the fact that Jed is allowing that space for her to feel more vulnerable and be safe and be soft, maybe she'll allow him to step in a little bit more. My main issue with her was not the fact that she was hyper independent, but was the fact that she wants things done her way. She said that. And I think that's going to be a problem. In a marriage, whether or not you want to be traditional or whatever, you do have to give in certain areas. You just do. Okay? I don't know what healthy relationship works when one person is, controlling everything, absolutely everything. It just does not work that way. It doesn't seem like Jed really has a problem with her wanting to take control. But in all aspects, I think eventually that would wane on their relationship. So Javan and Jed have a conversation, and Javan is trying to see if Jed is certain about saying yes at the altar. And I was thinking to myself, now, why do you want to know that? Because if he's also unsure, is that going to give you that vindication? Like, okay, see, I'm not on my own. Everybody else is having some concerns. Everybody else is on the fence too. I also don't like that he keeps making it seem like this Demola thing is the reason why he's so unsure about this girl. Like, what? It's not that this isn't a natural feeling. If you like somebody and somebody had feelings for somebody else, you want to make sure that those are resolved. Like, cool, fine, I get that. But this is the same guy who did not care what it took to win. So now that you got the girl, why are you moving the goalposts and making it seem like, oh, well, now I'm scared. Well, now I don't know. Maybe that should have been your focus in the pods. Maybe you should have been focused on building a strong connection rather than beating the competition, so that you would be affirmed in your connection. But okay. He later on has a date with Katisha, and they talk again about Demola.
I know we discussed it the other day about Demola.
Yeah, I do want to get a chance to speak to him and just lay it to rest. I feel like it's taken a lot of my brain space. I'm grateful for your support as well.
Sending him a life story.
No,
What's going on here? Cool.
Cool.
Javan says that Katisha meeting up with Demola would put his mind at rest, and she agrees because whether it's an active decision or a passive decision, Demola is taking up a lot of mental real estate in her mind. So cool. So she pulls out her phone and she DMs him right on the spot. I said, oh, okay. Wow. And even Javan is like, that's a long little message that you're sending. I was thinking the same thing, like, girl. Okay. Then Javan is like, oh, I'm tired of talking about Demola. This conversation is boring. I'm sorry. Every time we've seen them have the conversation, it seems as if he's the one bringing it up. I will say the first time that it came up, they already looked irritated with each other. So maybe it came up without him addressing it first. But I'm just like, well, you the one who keeps pushing for the conversation. Like she been told people, I made my decision. I don't regret it. The man is not on my mind. I didn't believe her, but that's what she said. Sarover meets Cal's mom and grandmother. It didn't really seem like she had too much of a conversation with the brother, but everybody is stunned that this man is engaged. And although the brother is very skeptical, the mom and grandmother are being supportive.
Means they're all now engaged.
Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful, that romantic. It's lovely, that, yeah.
Talking to Cal was lovely. I felt so sort of heard and seen. And
yeah, you read about people who meet instantly and they have a lifelong relationship, and it looks as though it's happening with you.
I love the conversation that this couple had with his mom and grandmother. They're like, listen, when you know, it might seem like, you know, the timeline is fast, but just because something is fast, it's not a determining factor on whether or not things will work out. So if you have faith in this relationship, then we believe in it too. It seems like Cal had never really expressed a desire to get married. So I'm wondering what's the shift now? What happened? Maybe we knew that and it's just escaping me right now. But yeah, it seems to be a common theme that commitment, especially long-term commitment, is not something that Cal is well versed in. We'll get to that when the brothers starts to talk. I loved how both Cal and Sarover were prepared with the answers. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times it feels like these couples are just winging it, but these two came with every resolve to anything that was put on the table regarding their relationship. I also think the mom was put at ease when Sarover was saying that there are big decisions that have to be made, but we're not going to make those without the family's consideration. I think that was great. Perfect answer. Then when the brother came around, this man is not with it at all. He says, hold on, Cal is not ready for marriage. He's basically selfish. He's not used to considering people before himself. He has had plenty of women beforehand who he hasn't been able to commit to. So what would make things different this time around? She's not his type. We've already gone through that, so we don't need to dive deeper into this. And when he's asked if he could see things working out long term, he said if he was to put bets on it and if his life depended on it, he would say no. Gut punch, my lord. Because it's not even like, oh, you know, I'm looking at their relationship and maybe there's some things that they need to iron out and I just don't know if they're compatible. He's like, my brother ain't that guy. That's how I perceive that. My brother ain't that guy. He not trying to get married. This is just a fun thing for him. He's in an experiment. Don't nobody put all your chips in. You're wasting money. That's how I perceived it. I said, oh, Cal, it's not looking good, bruv. Demola and Katisha have their meeting. And I know we're not supposed to focus on like surface level things when it comes to finding your life partner, but baby, that height difference was sickening. Oh! Whoo, I love me a big dog. Okay, so they start to talk about her decision, and she does say it was a buzzer beater decision for me.
I see.
You too. Were you surprised to hear from me at all?
Obviously, when it happened, it was a surprise, right? I wrote a proposal and all of that. I just felt a little bit blindsided when it all happened.
No, I know. You both spoke to different sides of me?
Yeah.
I was teetering.
Did you genuinely think that you could see a future or anything with me?
Yeah. You were at a really good spot. but I wasn't quite there. The connection was just stronger with him.
I'm still irritated by the way that she navigated the pods, but I guess I can understand where she's coming from. Demola seems like the type of person who you would want to commit to, but the heart wants what it wants, and she wanted Javan, and so I can't be mad at her staying true to what she wanted. If she went for Demola, knowing that that's who she should pick, and her desires were still pulling her to Javan, I think I would have had a bigger issue. So yeah, I'm not with her decision, but I get the decision. And honestly, seeing these two interact, I'm just like, yeah, it's not there for her and him. It's just not there. I think it was either Sweden or Germany. I don't remember. But there was a couple who didn't like get engaged. Like she got engaged with somebody else. As soon as they saw each other, you could tell that chemistry was immediate. You could tell there was definitely some unfinished business there on the season and at the reunion. I think it was Germany. I feel like it was Germany. So seeing these two interact, I'm just like, yeah, nothing. Nothing is there. He says, well, good guys finish last. They don't. They do not. You know what makes a good guy finish last? Having that mentality. I'm so sorry. A good guy who backs himself tends to get what he wants. So Demola, don't be walking around with that, oh, well, good guys finish last. Woe is me. Pick yourself up, okay? Thank you so much. I'm sure the DMs are popping right now. He does say that he is cheering her on, and she's happy to hear that. She feels like now people can finally get off her back, and she can let the guard down with Javan. I can't say that I'm keen on her doing that. I still am, side-eyeing Javan a little bit. But honestly, seeing their interactions post meeting up with Demola, I kind of was buying into their relationship. Was that just me? It could have been just me. Yeah, it seems like after addressing the whole Demola thing, they both just seemed more chill. They seemed more comfortable. I really need to know how Katisha feels about Javan's words from the pods, because that's the most icky thing about him. Just, are you really serious about this, girl? What's putting me on the fence is, again, another couple from Germany. I did not trust the guy at all from the beginning. By the end of the season and the reunion, I was fully rooting for their relationship because it just seemed like he wanted to be cool boy. I'm cool boy, I'm player, I'm whatever. But when it came time for him to actually show up for his woman, he truly did. So that's why I'm a little bit on the fence with Javan. I don't want to buy into the propaganda. But I think I am. Are Barta's parents the only parents to know that their child is engaged before meeting the potential spouse? It might be the case, but it went very well, and I loved that for them.
Thank you very much. And then for you, I've heard that you've been very supportive. Barta's been lovely getting to know.
And me too, I'm very excited.
Yeah, very nice for me to get your blessing.
What did you say?
Yes, of course.
Take her.
They seem to really, really like him. Honestly, it's just so nice.
No notes. No notes at all. I said that Barta and Jed were one of my top couples alongside Megan and Kieran. Honestly, I don't see that changing right now. I still think that they're my front runners. I love the fact that he still asked for the dad's blessing and the dad granted it. Mama was down for it. Mama was like, listen, I'm ready for my 6 grandkids. I said, whoa, 6 is wow. This is coming from a girl who used to want 5 kids. Not no more. Not in this economy. Are you crazy? But yeah, everybody's so on board. The family's with it. It was just great. It was so great. I love the way that Jed just shows up, like he's just, he's man's man, but it's not like toxic masculinity type man's man. And I like that. Last, we see Billy and Ashley go on this grocery shop that I was talking about earlier. And, Billy, you getting on my last nerve.
We definitely need some nanas. Oh, cheese heaven.
For me, it is a treat. It is high in fat, calorific as well. I have to practice what I preach. I eat a certain way when it comes to my diet.
Yum, yum. We needed some onions, didn't we?
On a weekly shop, I keep it quite simple and healthy. I don't need onions, though. What for?
I'm feeling a little bit uncomfortable. I don't want to completely change my diet to be super lean. He's very structured and disciplined and particular on food.
This man said with his ex, they had to do 2 separate grocery shops, right? Like shopping. I don't know how to say it in a non-Canadian way. They had to do 2 They had two different lists. Jesus is Lord. When they went grocery shopping, right? So I'm here thinking, okay, why can't you do that now? You know what I'm saying? You have your lean meats and your whatever that you want to get. She wants her sweet treats and stuff. And then y'all could still have baseline things that y'all share together. What's the big deal? But fine, let me go along with this whole thing of they only need to do one grocery shop. Okay. The man did not like the fact that she wanted to get sweets because he's a snacker, and if it's there, he will eat it. He then is like, I need to adhere to the principles that I'm trying to teach the people in the damn army because I can't like falter on my discipline and then be trying to teach discipline. So then how about you be disciplined, and not eat the sweet treats that she gets? You want to exercise discipline? That's a great way, sweetie. That is a great way. But sure, let's not even use the sweet treats. He has a problem with her wanting to buy onions. Billy. Onions. Onions. I'm looking at this man because he tends to say, oh, things just fizzled out. Things don't just fizzle out, okay? You have a bigger part to play in the demise of your past relationships. And I'm sorry, I don't think it's just the career that these women were in. I don't think it's just that over time things fizzled out. Absolutely not. You seem to be hard to be partnered with. You're making a stink over onions. Girl, get your cake and move on. Buy the cake and get gone. Okay? As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Again, let me know if I should just bulk the last 2 episodes or post them late. And I'll see you in the next one.